Of all the points that distinguish veteran players from beginners, the stratagem typing speed is one of the most significant. It of course requires a lot of practice, and I'd like to share with you my very perception of this gameplay aspect, and why this approach of mine allows me to type stratagems very quickly. A stratagem is composed of keys, as a word is composed of letters. Displayed as they are, we can see each individual part, but the idea is to distance ourselves from this vision. You don't want to consider a word as a juxtaposition of letters, but as a movement made by your mouth to create a sound. The same way, you want to consider a stratagem as a movement performed by your fingers. We then no longer have letters and keys, but syllables and figures. Now the clue is to associate stratagem with rhythm sequences and eventually geometric figures. Let's take Orbital Laser. I see it as a circle or a spiral that starts here and ends here. Seeing it this way and having my fingers to follow this movement is the reason why I can consistently type it that fast. The same logic goes for longer stratagems. You want to take the time to break down stratagems into sequences like you would do to pronounce the long uncommon word. Let's take the FRV stratagem and this word. Both can be decomposed into a 3-time sequence. The only thing to do is to learn these sequences separately, then put them together to feel the movement in its whole. Spectrophotometer, spectrophotometer, straight line, back and forth, up. As a consequence, you want to rely on your memory and the movement your fingers follow, rather than your eyes. Just as you don't think of every letter when you pronounce a word, you shouldn't think of every key when you type a stratagem. Those tips are of course first and foremost valid for stratagem codes. Your eyes are more than needed to process random stratagem codes of held bombs, main and sub-objective terminals, and of course extraction terminals. Of all these variants, the extraction terminal might be the toughest one to master. It is always 8 keys long, which is as long as the held bomb stratagem, but of course it is random, and the extraction terminal is the smallest one in comparison with the number of keys displayed. And some codes can be rude. But again, clues might help you to get better. First, you need to have in mind the number of keys you'll need to type and train your eyes to recognize sequences such as straight line or back and forth. Now, if you want to practice stratagem codes, I can think of online Stratagem Hero and Helldivers Training Manual. If you feel more at ease with in-game conditions, you can drop in a level 1 mission and repeatedly type 4 stratagems until you get the thing. That's all for me. Have a nice day and happy diving.